Good day, human creatures. Today we're headed off to the Ice Cavern, one of three, technically four mini dungeons in Ocarina of Time. You have Bottom of the Well, Ice Cavern, depending on how you look at it, the Spirit Temple as a child, and once again how you look at it, the Garuda Training Ground. So, technically speaking, it's right in between there, but also, from what I understand, it used to be a part of the main water dungeon before its assets got reused. It's kind of an interesting dungeon, as in it's only one floor, though it gives you the illusion that you're on multiple floors. So this is just a one-shot kind of deal. Though there is a room that, depending on how you look at it, is very much a pain in the ass. It also is home to the infamous Blue Fire and Red Ice, which I like the concept of, but I hate what I associated, because when I saw that, I automatically assumed that the ice arrow, which I found way late in the game, is what I needed to really make that dungeon easy, and it had nothing to do with it. The ice arrow is the most useless Legend of Zelda, I think throughout the whole damn series, item in Ocarina of Time that you could ever want. It has no purpose. It does not freeze enemy. It does not freeze water. It does not yield you magic if you kill an enemy with it, or hearts. It's not like the Frost Shield from Mega Man X3. When you kill an enemy, you get a high drop rate of health. Not like that. It is just there to fill a slot and to like throw a nice little shiny thing. It's the developer's way of jingling keys in front of you. I do not know if that was the original intent of the ice arrow, was just to fill in space, or they had something greater, because it is so useless. In Majora's Mask, it takes on greater meaning and really comes into its own in a very beautiful way, but we're not playing Majora's Mask, playing Ocarina of Time. With that all said, I thought the fire arrow could at least do some damage too, because when I figured out how to get the fire arrow at Lake Hylia, I thought it was for this dungeon too. That is just for lighting frozen eyes or melting frozen eyes and burning torches, which is kind of another letdown, because they all three arrows do the same. I do not think they do more damage than regular arrows. It's just prettier. Well, with that being said, let's dive on in. Let's change our tunics here. He hatched right before I logged off, so we now have him back in green. Let's head over to that fountain. I really do like the aesthetics of the ice cavern. I really do. I love the honeycombed floor. I especially like the look of the last boss's, or I wouldn't call it mini boss room, if you want to even call it that. It's kind of insulting to begin with. It is a very good looking room. Like, I would have loved to have seen more stuff of that incorporated into the water temple. But it's called the water temple, not the ice temple. Do a little bit of backtracking here. It's always kind of interesting how the ice cavern plays out into the grander scheme of things, because I really do love the item you get from there, the iron boots. Like, I honestly thought when going to the water temple is going to be something closer to akin to not Majora's Mask, but Link to the Past, where the flippers help you dive, and that's really all you're going to be doing. You're just going to be diving deep, and it was a golden scale I kind of needed. And I didn't need a golden skull for that dungeon. I needed goddamn aspirin for that dungeon. I have been permanently stuck in that dungeon twice, because I failed to do the key order right. And if I had some magic beans planted, I could be on Easy Street and just gliding over there, but someone didn't think that far ahead. Hello, and that person is me. I really also wish I would have, like, kind of noticed, like, start to see this metal freeze up, have some frost on it, some ice floats in random area, maybe slick this log up where you can't stand on it, or put a little ice bridge. Add some character to a frozen river, you know, make a little bit of a slush. But once again, I think this idea suffered from 1997's technology and its limits other than 2024's vision. Because the most you get is this right here, the snow. This is a sleepless waterfall, so it's either snowing here or he has dandruff. One of the two. Here we are. And here's an interesting fact. Does the waterfall recognize the song? Or is it King Zora who hears it demands the waterfall be open, because he's frozen? Now, this, as a kid, took me back. I was not expecting this. It just shocked me because it was kind of beautiful to me, and I love the, what's a good way to put it? The music that accompanies Zora's waterfall. It has a very relaxing Caribbean kind of sound to it. And seeing it frozen like that, I really did like it. The only shame is there's no one frozen in the ice. Because that's what I was expecting. Thank you, Navi. Didn't want to do that. And if you guys are looking for one of the gold Scatolas, I miss them every time too. Now here's something else I wasn't expecting as a kid, because right there is where he comes into sight. Red ice. I had no idea what that was. I didn't go and get Din's fire just yet. So when I found Din's fire, that's what I attributed to. I tried everything to break that as a kid and I could not get through it because I did not realize to go further in until way later at a friend at school told me how his dad figured it out. Now let's get to it. I don't mind the outdoor section of this. It's not too bad. You gotta really wait. Don't wear hover boots too much, because you can kind of slide off these ice floats. Like I almost did. When you jump on them, let them come your way, sink, and then pop right back up. Get hit by an Octo Rock for good measure. It's always a good luck. These spinning ones, I remember being a child and just waiting on them to spin correctly. I was so nervous. But here's the ice cavern. I love the music in here, and I love the snowy cave. I wonder if this gave direct inspiration to Snowhead Temple. And those falling sickles, they don't do much damage. I think about a quarter of a heart each time. On the other hand, this is what I found in awe. I love this right here. Huh, where are they? Oh, that's strange. There should be some, I can't think of their names. But they shoot out ice and you can hit them in 2 shots. Oh, that's strange. And it wouldn't be the first time this has happened to me. Anyway. This is the second room I do not like in this. Those silver rupees, they're not worth 100, but you need to collect them to open up the doors here. And I only have 1 jar because I'm a damn fool. So we're gonna go collect some blue fire here. Here we are. Here we go. Oh, that... Slow it down there, Blade. Holy God. Save some for later. Once again, this is a 1-floor dungeon. This does not lead anywhere else. So, but it gives a nice illusion of it, so I figured it might be like a starter or something. Here they are. What is your name? Freezards, not Wizrobe, Freezards. You can damage them with your hook shot. I don't think arrows. I know fire arrows might melt them. I know Din fires is instant death. And meet the Freezy Bats. They can freeze you solid and do a lot of damage. And they are very bad for you. So is that. Alright, let's grab this and head on out. Now, I like the idea of blue fire. Like, that kind of gives the surrounding game more of a magical feel to it. Even though later on it's dismissed in Breath of the Wild, it's just being blue. Which, in my opinion, kind of robs the mystique of it. Like, they should have went with fire that never goes out or something interesting, which they kind of later did, technically speaking. But I hate it when they set up something like that in one game and then just rob it of its mysteriousness in the next. Kind of just sucks. And you can blow up, I think, 1 wall with this, if I remember being told correctly. It's in Dodongo's Cavern. They can blow up a palmable wall. This is the room I hate the most. Fuck this room. I mean that. If there's any room I hate more when it comes into the actual dungeon itself, it's this room right here, because I got it so wrong as a kid. I hated it. And every time you leave, they all respawn, so do not think you're off the hook. But let's get to it. I wonder where those Freezards went. I don't get it. Oh well. That beginning room with the honeycomb floor is supposed to have, I think, 2 Freezards with an invincible one sliding around. Now, you can kind of do a glitch in here. I don't think I can perform it. I'm really bad at it, but you can kind of clip through and grab that. You want a new one to restock? Just shove that one off the edge. Don't do that for 100 times, because boy did I as a kid and did not like it. Here we go. Climb on up. They could have done so much more with this place. I mean, I know it was reused assets, or from what I've been told, and you can kind of see it. But it's kind of a damn shame that it really didn't get its due diligence, because this dungeon deserved a better boss than what it is. I'm gonna try not to spoil the boss, though I kind of find it's weird that we're coming up on a game that's over 35 years. Yeah, getting close there now. I think the series is 35. It's been a while since I checked Zelda's age out. But shouldn't have to be spoiling this, because this shouldn't be your first walkthrough you see of this game. But the final boss in this dungeon is just a white wolf house, which is kind of insulting, not gonna lie. Oh, and by the way, it wants me to play the Song of Time so I can collect the rupees. Now this is why I hate this dungeon right here. It's so much backtracking with the ice blocks. It's not bad, but when you play this game as much as I do, it just becomes more of a trudge than anything. And I gotta go collect some more blue fire after this. Get right up and close so it gets used. The HD pack really did a good job in that texture, I am not gonna lie. Great thing about this dungeon is it has good music. Alright, let's go collect some more blue fire, then redo this puzzle a second time. You can do a lot more if you grab the hover boots later on. I don't know if you want to break order. This is one of the more interesting Zelda when it comes to breaking order. Like in Link to the Past, the second you get a certain number of dungeon items, you can abuse the order no matter how much you want to. With Ocarina of Time, it's slightly not that, since it's a lot of song bound. And somewhat event bound too, which kind of limits the open world feel this game kind of had going for it at the beginning. Like, beginning of this game, it was heavily on exploring, and the later half of this game, you're basically kind of told where you need to go. But then again, they really don't have an open world Zelda. I'm not talking as in like Skyrim, like Breath of the Wild. I mean like where you're kind of just free to go and do anything at any way. But what's the point in having special dungeon items if you can just go and bypass them? Kind of takes the usefulness out of it. But then again, people love Buster runs only on Mega Man, so you know, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote on that one. And here we go. I can't really think of another way you would use blue fire. If you guys need quick money, just sell bugs. But blue fire nets you 150 gold. I should say rupees, sorry. Those are useless. Unless you're playing pot sanity, stay away from it, kids. And here we are to the final room. In my opinion, this is just gorgeous. And the HD texture pack did not disappoint. Alright, let's fight him. That's it. One jump slash. Not even a real fight. Not even a risk of a fight. As much as I don't really care for Deadhead or Dead Hands, depending on what you want to call them, it's kind of a letdown. This is like, it feels so rushed, and after seeing the kind of effort they did put into it, like, that looks cool as fuck right there. And it's kind of sad to feel this is just a one and done dungeon that only gets you the iron boots, which in my opinion, again, really good item to have. We meet again, as do we all. He kind of, or she kind of gives you a hint on where you need to go. But once you figure it out, it's not too bad. But I really do like the iron boots. It really felt good to have a item, but a non-item in your inventory. Where it's not tied into a dungeon item, but it's useful. And as iron boots, I love it. I love the idea of being weighted down and being able to walk. I also like the idea they would later use with them as magnetics with Twilight Princess. Serenade of Water. That was an epic jam session right there, man. We should do it again sometime. I'll catch you around. Well, for those who never exit this dungeon, this is the other reason why I play this port, because I can equip the iron boots here. Old school Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, every time you went to use the boots, you'd have to pause them, equip them, and do this right here. But we're not done yet. That hurt. And I'm going backwards. Let's head over here. See, we need to talk to the King of Zora for two reasons. Unthaw him, because he'll give me a free Zora's tunic. But the other reason why I want to do it is because I don't want to chase down the other wallet to be able to afford to buy that tunic. So let's go grab some blue ice or blue fire to thaw out the red ice. And we'll be done with this one. Barely made it by the skin of my ass right there. Alright, let's grab this and be on our way. Didn't even face the right way, so that's on me. Got it, one and done. Let's head on out. It would have been more also interesting in other take is if they added some slick surfaces to the water temple. Like, that's another kind of temple that blew my mind, but for different reasons again. Like, as a kid, I would actually let my mom, when I first got out, because I got fully frustrated with that temple, so I actually handed over the sticks to my mom. Because it was just... To this day, if there's a temple I hate more than anything, it's the water temple in Ocarina of Time. And a lot of people nowadays like to scoff at how hard it is due to Souls games. But it was our Souls of the day. Because that temple was harder than it had any right to be. And when I've seen people speedrun this, both on regular and randomizer, it drives me nuts because they make it seem so simplistic. And mind you, I did not use Fiora's Wind or any of that. So I would wander around like I'm probably going to be doing the next video. Like, expect to have me with my thumb up my ass most of the time. Because if there's any dungeon I do not like doing next to the Shadow Temple, it is that one. I'd also like to see more of this dungeon explored in a ROM hack. Like, make it kind of interesting. Like, really put some skin in the game for Zoras. Instead of like, instead of blue fire, put like what you have with, what is it? With Minish Cap, put a hot springs where you have only a certain amount of time to get water through to each person frozen. Each one of the frozen Zoras gives you a tip. It'd have been interesting like that, where it's kind of a time crunch, to where you really got to know how to move and groove. Get up nice and close. There's many times I've played Zelda that I've dropped that blue fire and did not melt the red ice for some reason. But today is not that day. Alright, let's get our blue tunic going. And there we go. Once again, this acts as a second diving skin. We're going to keep the blue on. And for those who need a quick pick-me-up, just remember, over there on that platform, play the Song of Storms, and you'll find a fairy fountain there. That'll pick you right up and get you moving and grooving too. We're back to the Temple of Time here. Well, I'm going to call it there for now. I'm not going to make this episode too long. I really wish they would have done more with the Ice Cavern, but once again, you can feel it's kind of a scrapped idea, but you can kind of see where they're leading to it. Like, they're wanting to do the Ice Palace Part 2 with it. But I think that they wanted to do something completely new with what they had, and I understand that too, because they did a damn fine job. I just wish they would have paid a little bit more attention to the mini-boss, if anything, because that's probably the biggest travesty of that dungeon. It's not all the backtracking with the sliding blocks. It's the goddamn boss, and it's one shot, one kill when you know what you're doing. Well, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the chat comment if you like what I said, or challenge me on it. I'd love to hear your guys' idea and what you thought the Ice Cavern could have been or should have been. But I'm heading out. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Take care. See you soon.